Well, well, well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after, many arguments on a platform that me and Mars have to indulge in, after all of the words are said, after all of the talk is talked, one great thing about sports, ladies and gentlemen, is that they have to go out there and play. The people that you are speaking negatively on, per se. The people that you're speaking positively on, huh? The people that you're calling and deeming the greatest offensive player of all time. One thing that he has to do to vindicate that statement is to go out there and perform like the greatest offensive player of all time. And so me and my good colleague Mars, very astute, right? One of the best brains in the basketball content game today. We've been breaking down how, hey, this statement that many are peddling, this statement that, if we're being transparent, he once upon a time indulged in. But my good light-skinned brother has seen the light. My good light-skinned brother has seen the light. And so there's a clip that got put out there where he was absolutely frying, not with narrative, but with facts and statistics and data to also go along with the eye tests that we've been watching these past couple of postseason runs. And our good platform, Players Choice, PC, they upload the clip onto X, formerly known as Twitter. And so as the clip is circulating around the interwebs, the clip starts to get quote tweeted by people saying that my good brother Mars is a liar. There are people quote tweeting my good brother Mars saying he doesn't know what he's talking about. There are people quote tweeting my good brother Mars saying, hey, in fact, he is the greatest offensive player of all time, and you do not know how to contextualize stats. Or you're looking at the wrong statistics. Actually, he is the greatest offensive player of all time. You're looking at it through the wrong lens. And so, with that being said, I am now going to pass the baton to my good brother, my co-host, my buddy old pal Mars, and we're going to get his live response to the allegations. Brother, take it away.
I'm gonna start. We go into the beginning of this. I'm gonna give everyone the context if they haven't seen the clip. Real talk. If you could share your screen real quick so people can see what's going on. If you haven't seen the clip, this is the clip in question. I'm gonna press play. You guys can go watch the video if you want. Shout out to PC. Can you hear this?
Off in the playoffs.
Yes.
The defense is hit or miss. I'll give you hit or miss. That would, by definition, mean he is a substantially worse player in the playoffs. Like, it would have to mean. Because even if we give him, he's a passable defender in the playoffs. He hasn't replicated transcendent offense in the playoffs for a meaningful stretch of years outside of 2023. 2023 is the only year you can even put him in these categories in terms of team-wide performance, his offensive performance. 2021 against the Suns, we'll give him, he had no help. He sucked on both sides of the ball. 2022 against the Warriors, we'll give him, he had no help. Started the series slow, he picked it up towards the end, one series sample size. His defense was bad. 2023, not even a golf clap. Amazing run. Fantastic. Shot 47% from three. Yeah, that's so real. 24, he then came back to earth. He went from shooting 47% from three in the playoffs in 23 to shooting like 25% from three in the playoffs in 24. And their offense cratered. They struggled mightily against the Timberwolves with Jokic on the floor.
That's pretty much you get what I'm saying.
Okay.
I then quote tweeted that with some research I did. I did it live on the show. You was there. In which I said in every year of Jokic's MVP prime from 21 to now, Denver had a negative relative offense in each one except for 2023. I had sourced that data from Data Baller. our good friend, the go-to, the trusted site.
Mhm.
And then it was brought to my attention after a few hours, rightfully so, that they were using relative to regular season league average offenses, which was a bit skewed. Not a bit skewed, it's skewed. So
Mhm.
therefore, Jokic actually wasn't a negative relative offense in those years. He was actually +3. So I'm willing to concede.
Mm.
I'm actually willing to concede. I was wrong. I didn't have the most accurate data. I went with data that couldn't give you the best context possible. So I'm willing to
Mhm.
concede that. Jokic was a +3. In fact, I'm willing to show the people what we are looking at, just so we can make sure that everyone is on the same page.
Okay.
Per NBA RAPM, which is right here. As you can see, if you can share your screen, please, Mr. Roto.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
As you can see, so from 2021 up till 2025. This year they're also negative, by the way, but 3 games. We'll get to that.
Oh, that's
We have a +1 relative offense in the games in which Jokic played. We can see what it was in each series. It was +6
Mhm.
against Portland and -7 against the Suns. We can see that
Mhm.
right there. In 2022 against Golden State, it was +3.4. In
Yes.
2023, +7.4. We give that a golf clap. That's the one time in which it looked like transcendent offense. Congratulations. 2024 +1.9 and 2025 +3.4. So as you can see, not negative in any of those years. That is my mistake. I'm holding my hands up. That is my mistake. Now, I
Mhm.
want to show the people what it looks like for real transcendent offensive players. That's what I want to show the
Mm.
people. I want to show what it looks like for real transcendent offensive players. I'm going to start with a big man, someone who has been compared to Nikola Jokic in years past. This guy. Let me know if you know who this guy is. If you can share your screen, please. Thank you. Shaquille O'Neal, as you can see, going
Mm.
back to 1997, let's look at these numbers. +7 in 1997. As we know, that is before Kobe's ascension, so we cannot use Kobe tax.
Correct.
1998, +11. By the way, this is already 2 seasons, just as good, if not better than any
Better
Jokic season
than
ever.
any. Uh-huh.
In
Uh-huh.
99, +6. Jokic has only surpassed +6 in his MVP prime once.
One
In
time.
2000, +10.5. In 2001, +11.5. In
Mm.
2002, +9.5. In
Mm.
2003, +7.4. And then we get to 2004 and '05, +6.5 and +6.2. So that is,
Mm.
by my calculation, was an 8-year stretch in which
Mhm.
every year is better than what Jokic has done outside of 2023. Let's
That
move
is
on to the
correct.
next player. Let's move on to the next player. Let's make sure that we're getting
Mhm.
to the bottom of this. Another guy who has peaked rather recently. Many people consider him to be one of the best offensive players of all time.
Mhm.
Some people say he's better than Nikola Jokic. Some people say he's worse. This player, if you could show the screen, please, Real Talk.
Yes, sir.
This guy joined the playoffs in 2013. Look at that, +5.2, already better than any Jokic season outside of 2023.
Oh wow.
2014, +8.8, better than any Jokic season, including 2023. 2015, +2.7, average Jokic year. 2016, +5.2, injury, doing better than any Jokic year. 2017, +17.9. The best ever. No one can come close to it. We understand the situation. We understand the
Mhm.
circumstances. That is
Mhm.
fine. 2018, +6.6. 2019, +7. In fact, even in the series without Kevin Durant in Portland, for example, +7.5. No Kevin Durant, still producing better results than Jokic ever has. In 2022,
Hmm.
no Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson off a torn ACL and torn Achilles, +8. Even in 2025, last year, +5.3 at 37 years of age. We can move on to the next player. Let's see who's next.
Yes,
The
sir.
next player is actually someone who many people seem to underrate offensively these days. I'm actually curious
Huh.
as to why. If you can share your screen, please,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Real Talk. And your favorite player is coming. Don't worry. But
Yes,
anyway,
sir.
we're gonna go. We go to 2009 +9.4, already better than Jokic has ever done.
Already.
2010 +5, the worst year of his life, +3.7 in 2011. 2012 +10, 2013 +9, 2014.
Mhm.
If you don't remember, Chris Bosh gets hurt in this postseason run, and D Wade is dealing with injuries the whole postseason, +9. 2015, no Kyrie, no Kevin Love, +4, better than any Jokic non-2023 postseason run.
Mhm.
2016 +13.4, 2017 +16.4,
Mm.
2018, we saw that roster. We saw the 2018 roster,
We did.
+4.2, better than any Jokic non-2023 postseason run.
Mhm.
2020 +4.7, and then we can see as he begins to decline, how his team's offense begins to decline in 21 and beyond. I'm going to move on to the next player. Real Talk, you should enjoy this one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's talk about this player right here. I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. Okay, let's talk about this player right here. If you could share your screen, please, Mr. Real Talk.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we have the Shaq years plus 9.7 plus 13.5. It's actually better than the numbers with Shaq because the Lakers were actually better with Shaq off the floor with Kobe on the floor that year. So 21 plus 13.5, 02 plus 5.3, 03 plus 6.4. We then see the downturn in the years in which there's no Pau Gasol in them. Shout out to Kobe, negative offense against the Suns in 2 years. Well done. Cool. We then move to 08 through 2010, plus 8.1, plus 8.4, plus 7.4, all in years in which he saw multitude of elite defenses. Let's look at it. Plus 4 against the Boston Celtics, an all-time defense. Plus 4 against the San Antonio Spurs, an all-time defense. Plus 13 against the Utah Jazz, a top 10 defense that year, I believe. And then plus 12 against the Denver Nuggets. In 2009, as we can see, against the Orlando Magic, plus 10 against the best defense in the league. The Nuggets,
yes.
Against the Nuggets, plus 10. Against the Rockets, plus 8. Against the Jazz, plus 5. We then see 2010 against Celtics. Ooh, negative 0.4. Well done.
Oh,
It took one postseason series. But then look at the Suns. He plays one bad defense. What do you see? Plus 17. You then see the Utah Jazz plus 13. The OKC Thunder, probably the worst series he had that postseason because he was playing with a broken finger. He had a plus 2 regular Jokic series. Anyway, let's move on to the next player. These are all players who are either seen as inferior to Jokic or on the same tier. Do you notice a trend? And none of them are matching up with what Jokic is allegedly meant to be doing. They're all far and away superior. Let's share the next player. This is someone who I'm going to like. So, Real Talk, got his Kobe propaganda. You know where I'm going.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, okay. As you can know, if you can bring it up, please.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, as you can see, we have when he plays with Dirk Nowitzki, we get plus 10, and a postseason series in which they lost with a negative 3. We then get him in Phoenix, first postseason run, plus 16. That's quadruple the best of Jokic, Suns 2023. It's more than double 2023 Jokic. We then get 06, no Amari Stoudemire. What does he do? Plus 11, more than doubling the next best Jokic postseason. In 2007, plus 8. In 2008, plus 3, regular Jokic postseason. Congratulations. And then we turn around in 2010, have a plus 14.5. Jokic has never come close to these numbers. Let's move on to the next player. I believe I have a couple more. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do one player and then I'm going to bring a surprise player. This player, this one, we don't have a large sample because unfortunately he played in the 80s and 90s, but this is what he did at 35 and 36 years old. If you could bring up the screen, please, Real Talk.
Yes, sir.
In 1997 and 1998, at 34 and 35 years old, Michael Jordan had a plus 6 offense and a plus 7.5. This is old man Michael Jordan producing offenses better than anything Jokic could dream of. Let's go to the next player. This is probably the most surprising player on the list. You're going to be pleasantly surprised, I believe. If you could share your screen, Mr. Real Talk.
Yes, sir.
This is Kevin Durant. In 2012, plus 8.5. In 2014, plus 5. In 2016, his worst postseason, plus 10. In 2017, plus 17.2. In 2018, plus 8.3. In 2019, plus 8.4. In 2021, plus 4. In 2022, plus 7.2. In 2023, plus 4.7. Kevin Durant has routinely, for over a decade, led better offenses than Jokic ever has in the postseason. So that is every player I wanted to bring up. All of them have indeed led to better offense when on the court than Nikola Jokic ever has relative to the opponent's defense. Since Data Baller was godforsaken because it didn't adjust for opponent strength, I did it per NBA RAPM as people wanted. So yes, Jokic was never negative. He was in fact plus 3, something that was being more than doubled by every single one of his contemporaries and even people who are seen as inferior offensively to him. So there you go. If that's me lying, God strike me down, but I feel like I'm going to be sleeping peacefully tonight. But anyway, away from that, let's talk about Jokic's actual skill set, not just his impact on the team, because there's actually things that we need to talk about. This man's over-the-top shot making. Real Talk brought it up the other day. Did you not? That it's a weakness of his?
I did.
And what was the response? What is his paint efficiency? That was the response I believe you got.
Yes, sir.
Ignoring the point completely. Where was Jokic's over-the-top shot making today? Did you see it? Because I didn't see it.
It was invisible to me. I didn't catch it. Maybe it went over my head. I don't know. The Jokic talk. A lot of the Jokic talk is too high level. It goes over my head, just like it's over the top shot making. Absolutely.
Yeah, I just haven't seen it. I watched him try, score in a face-up situation. Something that Joel Embiid can do with his eyes closed. Something that Dirk Nowitzki can do with his eyes closed. Some of the best scorers of all time. Because it's easy. Pick and pop, pick and rolls when you're catching the ball in the middle, 1-on-2, and you shoot floaters. That's cool. That's great for efficiency. But when you need to go get a bucket and you need to face up your opponent, score in isolation, and you can't just post up, Where was I watched him try face up Rudy Gobert, get his shot blocked. Where's the face up scoring? No first step, no ability to get by defenders. Interesting. The 3-point shot outside of one postseason run has deserted him. But all of a sudden, if you say my game plan is let Jokic shoot pick and pop threes, you're insane because he shoots 40% from 3 in the playoffs. We are going on how many postseasons is this now where Jokic can't make threes routinely? Going 0 for 10 in games against OKC, shooting 25% in the postseason run in 2024. This year is probably even worse. What did he shoot from 3 tonight? He made what? 1? 2 maybe? 2
for
threes.
10. Yeah.
2 for 10. Oh, shout out to him. Shooting 10 threes a game. He is at 21% this postseason before it updates. So another 20% game. So he's about 20% from 3 in this postseason.
Correct.
26% from 3 in 2024. 28% from 3 in 2022. Shout out to the 46% in 2023. Definitely real, definitely not fake. I also actually want to share my screen one more time, if you may. If you could just bring this, if you could just bring this up, please. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
This is Jokic's playmaking metrics in the regular season. As you can see, each year you can see this number in particular, rim assists, the most valuable shot on the court. As you can see, routinely hovering around 6 in 2023, 7.5. Let's just look at what that number does in the playoffs, shall we? Wow. Drastic. Let's look. 2021, 2.7. What was he at in the regular season? 5.2. You know what that looks like to me? Cut in half. Let's look in 2022. 1.7 in the playoffs. Wow. What was that in the regular season? 5.9. Looks like that's been decreased by about 66%. Let's look at 2023, his best postseason run. What a surprise. 5.2. The one time it actually carried over. Let's look at 2024. 4.6. What was it in the regular season? 5.6. That's not too bad. Good job, Jokic.
Not too far of a deal. Yeah.
2025, 6.5. What was it in the playoffs? 4.1. Damn, we're losing 33% of our rim assists. 2026, 6.7. What is it? Cut in half. Damn, how unfortunate. It's almost like teams are able to funnel shots to the bad 3-point shooters on the roster when someone can't manufacture advantages and instead needs to rely on defensive lapses to create shots for his teammates. Crazy how that works. But anyway, as we can see, we can also see his bad pass turnovers also increase. We can also see that his assist points are also decreasing drastically. 34.6 to 27. 24.3 in the playoffs, down from 31. We can also see 26 down from 30. In 2023, what was it? 28 to 33. In 2022, 20 assist points per 100 possessions, down from 27. In 21, he averaged 28 assist points per 100 possessions, went all the way down to 18. This playmaking that people love to allude to seems to get dampened a hell of a lot in the postseason. The scoring efficiency that everyone loves to allude to seems to get dampened a hell of a lot in the postseason. It's almost like you need to actually be able to create advantages and not wait for them to manufacture themselves when you play in the postseason when defensive lapses are less common. But anyway, I've got off pretty much everything I need to go off. You can now speak. But yeah, there you go. Shout out to Jokic. Hell of a game. Oh yeah, they had an 88 offensive rating with him on the court again today. So actually, do I have another clip? Bear with me. I might have another clip. Oh, I do.
You might have one. Yes.
Yeah, I do actually have another clip. If you could share your screen, please. Right.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you could share your screen, please.
Got it.
There you go. This is another clip.
They lost because they couldn't guard anyone. It wasn't because they couldn't score the ball. When LeBron James lost to the Golden State Warriors with KD and them, they lost because they couldn't guard them. It's not because they couldn't score the ball. Jokic's teams seemingly seem to lose a whole lot because their offense stagnates and they can't score. Name me the other all-time great tier 1 offensive player where they were losing repeatedly because their offense fell apart. Not because of the defense, because their offense fell apart. Magic Johnson didn't lose because their team's offenses fell apart routinely. Steph Curry didn't lose because his team's offenses fell apart routinely. LeBron James didn't lose because his team's offenses fell apart routinely. Steve Nash did not lose because his team's offenses fell apart routinely. Kobe Bryant didn't lose because his team's offenses fell apart routinely. Jokic is the only one where this seems to keep happening, yet he's still tier 1, no questions asked.
Well said, Mr. Master Sports. Do you know any players where their offense seemingly falls apart multiple times within series, but they're a tier 1 offensive player? Can you think of any of those players where that may be the case?
I mean, so you have, let's see. I mean, Kobe wasn't great against the 08 Celtics, but I'm not sure if he's played a defense particularly that good. Oh, you know what? There's another Kobe series, 04 Pistons. But again, I don't know if he's played a series against
Before, definitely a bad one for
defense like
Kobe. He
that.
was a -3 offense in that
Yeah.
series.
Yeah,
The Celtics, he was actually +4 relative offense in that series. So once again, better than any Jokic postseason run outside of 2023 in his MVP prime. So even when it does stagnate for Kobe, it leads to better results than anything Jokic has produced. But when you look at Jokic in each of these postseasons, the series in which they lose, the offense mightily stagnates. Last year, -2 against OKC. 2024 against the Minnesota Timberwolves, only a +2 offense. 2023, they won, as we know. 2022 against Golden State, only a +3 offense. 2021 against Phoenix, maybe the most egregious showing we have. -7 with Jokic on the court in that series. -7 offense with Jokic on the court. We have never seen this repeatedly be a trend in which his teams are struggling to score 100 points in the 2020s. This is some of the most egregious showings we have ever seen. And every time, there's always a reason behind it that is apparently not holding Jokic responsible. Game 7 last year against OKC.
Did you say he was a -7?
-7 against the Phoenix Suns, yes. Last year against OKC in game 7, they scored 93 points. In game, Jokic, by the way, in that game, we saw the Caruso masterclass. He only took 9 shots, a bunch of turnovers, couldn't get involved. In game 4 of that series, they scored 87 points. Jokic in that game went 7 for 22 with only 3 assists and went 2 for 8 from 3. They scored 87 points. Good work, Jokic. If we go back to 2024, where we have a multitude of these games again against the Minnesota Timberwolves, they end up losing. Which game is it in which they lose badly? They lose in game 6. They lose in game 6. They score 70 points. Remember, that's the game where Jokic is standing on the baseline and he's aura farming because game 7 he's gonna go crazy, and then they blew the 25-point lead. They scored 70 points. We were in 2024. They scored 70 points. I just want to make sure we understand that. 70. That is how many points they scored. If we go back once again to 2022 against Golden State, when they were routinely struggling, we saw Draymond stripping for game. They in game 4, they scored 98 points. In all of those games in that series, they struggled to break 110. They scored 107, 106, 113. The one game they won, they scored 126. Routinely, this team struggles to score the basketball with Nikola Jokic on the floor. That has not been true for any of the S-tier offensive players in NBA history.
How many points did they score in the first quarter today, Morris?
Was it 11? 11 points? 11 points.
11. You know, well, first of all, let me make sure. If you still on the grill, I mean, just keep going. I don't want to be
Someone
stopped.
asked about Luka. It's actually funny. Let's actually look at what Luka's playoff numbers are in terms of his offenses, because he's another person who apparently can't win MVPs because he doesn't play defense. So let's just see what his offenses look like, because maybe they are better, maybe they're worse. Who knows? It's actually more in line, actually. So surprisingly, the Europeans have a little bit in common. So as you can see, if you share your screen, as you can see,
yes, sir.
In 2020, his first ever postseason, they had a +2 offense, regular Jokic series. In 2021, they had a +8, better than any Jokic postseason. But once again, one series sample, he only played the Clippers. I guess you can take that with a grain of salt. In 2022, a conference finals run, they had a +7. And then last year, well, when he was in Dallas, they had a +2 in that postseason run, in which we saw Luka didn't play at Luka levels. So when Luka doesn't play at Luka levels, mediocre offense. When he plays at Luka levels, better offenses than Jokic can produce. Interesting phenomena right there. And Luka is someone who doesn't seem to get given the same grace offensively as a Nikola Jokic, but the results seemingly look very similar. I wonder why that is. So yeah, that's pretty much all the players I have to get off. You can now go.
First, let's do this. Let's do this first. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call cooking. That's what you call a master class. That's what you call coming with your facts and your data, and doing what needs to be done. Now, I'm not even going to add too much more because what more needs to be said. But I will say this. I remember years ago when this propaganda first started, right? And I said years ago on Open Gym, real ones are going to remember. If you know, you know. I said Nikola Jokic wouldn't be this level of player in a time where there are other big lumbering centers that can match his physicality in the post and are tall enough to contest up top. What I was told was at that time, because he was in the middle of that outlier shooting playoff run that he had, that clearly we know was in fact an outlier. What I was told at the time was, but he would just shoot over the top of him. He would drag him away from the paint. And what are you going to do when Nikola Jokic is picking and popping? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? He could just face up and hit jumpers over the top. I remember vividly. That's what I was being told. And now look, it's a common theme now. We're getting to a point, Morris, to where when he has to play in anything close to a 2000 environment where it's a 7-footer guarding the rim, where it's maybe another bigger forward on the court, this nigga stinks. He's not that good. What is being put on display right now by Rudy Gobert? Number one, let me stop here and let me give a ton of credit. And I do mean a ton of credit to Rudy Gobert and what he is doing right now. Rudy Gobert gets a lot of hate from many directions. I'm one of the directions. He gets criticized, he gets maligned, etc., etc. However, nobody can deny what that young man is doing right now. He is absolutely clamping one of the best offensive players of all time with very little help, one-on-one. There was a graphic that was shown today, Mars, that blew me away because Rudy Gobert and Nikola Jokic basically were matching minute for minute, right? Finch was going to have Rudy Gobert in the game when Nikola Jokic was in the game. They put up a graphic, Mars. Rudy Gobert was plus 21 and Nikola Jokic was minus 21. Ladies and gentlemen, I know this may be uncomfortable for some to hear. I think this was a sentence that even us, I'm going to put quotations, us Nikola Jokic haters, even us couldn't fathom this statement being true. But damn it, I'm about to say it, and it's a fact. Rudy Gobert is outplaying Nikola Jokic. Rudy Gobert is winning this matchup demonstrably, might I add. There is a playoff series happening right now, ladies and gentlemen. Nikola Jokic is on the court. He's not the best player in the series. In fact, one might argue he hasn't been the best player on his team. Might argue. I didn't say definitively. I just said might argue. It's getting embarrassing for number 15 out there. And for all you 15 fans that have been whining and bitching on my timeline, making up arguments towards the end of the year why he should be MVP, saying ridiculous bullshit because we've watched the season play out. We don't care about the plus net swing that you're referencing because we watched the season. You've been desperate to try to undercut Shea at every turn. Oh, he's only good because the team, and oh, look at the team. They win 50 games without him. When, mind you, I'm pretty sure Denver might have had a better winning percentage this year without Nikola Jokic than with. It's getting spooky for you because you know that crown is getting snatched. Your chain has been snatched. It's over. You niggas are done. Nikola Jokic, best in the world conversations, are 6 feet deep. They're buried. They're done. We're done with them. We're moving forward. From here on out, it's Shea until Wemby gets the chain next. R.I.P. to the days of Nikola Jokic being the best player in the league. I don't want to hear that bullshit no more. I don't want to hear it. He can't sustain his offensive brilliance come postseason time, and this nigga is a buffet at the rim. In the first half of this game, ladies and gentlemen, the Denver Nuggets scored 39 points total at half. The Minnesota Timberwolves scored 40 points in the paint. He's a buffet. He's an all-you-can-eat. He's a buy one, get one. He's a coupon. He is free eats at the basket. And I have to wake up early in the morning or stay up late watching these games, trying to be informed. Get up early, go to McDonald's, get my premium roast coffee so I can be up and energized to come on a show where a nigga is telling me he's Draymond Green. Enough with the foolishness. Enough. We're getting told early in the morning when we're trying to have serious conversation, Mars, we're trying to have real basketball discourse. And a nigga is telling me that he's actively Albert Einsteining doing calculus and his geometry didn't get him to protect the basket. That's what his conclusion to his equation was. 1 + 1 = can't protect rim. I'm done with this ridiculous shit that we have to hear. It is over. It's over. You've lost. You have lost. You've lost. It was a good run. You've lost. Shea is better than you. Get over it. At this point, Wemby might already be better than you. Get over it. I'm good.
You go off where you needed to go?
I'm good. I'm good.
I also want to make it abundantly clear that if Jokic and the Nuggets were to turn this series around and come back and win, none of what I said changes.
That is a fact.
I just want to make that abundantly clear. This is over 5 years of data. This is multiple series of data where him playing well for the next 5 games, assuming it goes to 7, doesn't change anything I've said here today at all.
Now,
if he has another
come back,
go ahead.
it would definitely affect everything I just said.
Yeah. That's what I'm making. But do I think Jokic is capable of having good games in this series?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Has he had one yet? No. You're not even going to gaslight me about game 1. I saw that game too. You're not about to PRA me and tell me he was great in that game. He wasn't. And then game 2 and game 3, he's been stinking it up. I wholeheartedly believe Rudy Gobert has been the best player in this series. I don't even think it's been close. And that is definitely not something I saw coming at all. So shout out to Rudy Gobert. I want to give him the most flowers he can possibly get. Having maybe one of the best defensive series of his career, in terms of what he's doing.
This
So
is a we're going to hear about this 30 years from now type of series that Rudy Gobert is having. This is do you remember when Hakeem was fucking up David Roberts? That's what's going on right now. Mars, he is stopping him one-on-one. He's blocking his shit at the basket now routinely. He's hitting left-handed hooks. It's getting nasty out there. It's getting filthy out there for Nikola Jokic. He is dominating him. Like, it's not close right now. It's not close.
Minnesota took 46% of their shots at the rim today. So nearly half of their shots were at the rim. They shot 74% at the rim. Yeah, it's free eats down there. They get in the paint. It's free eats. I'm watching Julius Randle spin out the post, Euro dunk. I'm watching Jaden McDaniels attack off the catch every time and just finish at the rim every time. Ayo Dosunmu is zooming down the court every time. Every time. Their game plan is literally drive a closeout. There will be no resistance. That is their game plan, and it is working because, contrary to deflection FC, that doesn't save you when it's time to contest the shot. That doesn't save you when it's time to move your feet. That doesn't save you when people are going straight at you and attacking you. Deflections are great. Congratulations. At some point, you need to stop the ball from going through the rim. And someone has not been doing that for a very long time. But because of defensive box plus minus
and rebounding,
and D LeBron and defensive rebounds, he's actually just a really, really smart defender. I've seen the screenshot on Twitter going around of Thinking Basketball's video that he made however long ago, asking if Jokic is actually a genius defender or whatever. When Spreadsheet FC want to push propaganda, they can push propaganda, man. That's one thing they can do. When Spreadsheet FC want to push propaganda, they've ruined some careers and they've made some careers.
And you know what's so disgusting?
He ain't made no video like that for Luka. I know that. He ain't made no video about that for Luka.
Talk about it. Talk about it. You know what's so nasty is because people, and this is no like indictment, because in all honesty, all of us, hey guys, I want everybody to know this. All of us are biased. It's inherent. Everybody that you hear pick up a microphone, turn on a camera, and give you their opinion on a player, it's inherently biased. But for some reason, I guess because there are different people that are very good with words, know how to use plus 15 net rating and can come up with formulas, you then get hypnotized into thinking, oh, what they're saying isn't an opinion, it is fact. Hence why he felt comfortable putting out a video where he knew he could twist some shit so good, people were going to watch it and honestly believe Nikola Jokic could play defense. But that won't get seen as biased. It won't. That'll be seen as data-driven opinion, so damn near fact. I just want to be clear. Damn, I'm losing my voice again. Wow. I want to be clear that is still from a biased perspective. Now, the floor is back to you now, Mars. Back to you.
Yeah, I want to I spoke about the on-off stuff and I spoke about the playmaking stuff because those are things that I think are very obvious. And the on-offs is mainly being used just because that's Jokic FC's go-to.
Absolutely.
Is the on-off stuff. I feel it's very relevant that Embiid's playoff on-offs clear Jokic, by the way. Always have and always will. But it means nothing to them. Embiid has also powered better offenses in the playoffs, but it's cool. But because he drops in terms of scoring efficiency, we can't bring those things up. So it's cool. Plus 12 in 24, by the way. Plus 10 in 2021. Plus 4 in 2022. All this while playing on one leg. Plus 6 in 2019. All of which just better than Jokic is, but can't bring that up. Not to mention he turns into one of the best defenders on the planet. But God forbid we bring these things up because his scoring efficiency drops. Although Nikola Jokic's scoring efficiency drops too, so I don't know why that's the bar.
What is he shooting this series? What I wonder if there will be any Nikola Jokic fans posting splits in his 2-point percentage and 3-point percentage, right? Because those are two different things.
We
right,
can, yeah,
Mark?
we can calculate this actually.
Yeah, we can do that. Let's see what Nikola Jokic is shooting.
So in game 1 and game 2, so game 1 he was 11 for 19 from the field, 9 for 12 on twos. Congratulations. 2 for 7 from 3. Game 2, 8 for 20 from the field, 1 for 7 from 3, 54% on his twos. And tonight, what was Nikola Jokic tonight? This is gonna be bad tonight. I lost count of how many shots he missed. I'm gonna be honest. He was 4 for 16
like
at one point. I know that. Yeah, he was 4 for 16 at one point. What do you think he was tonight? Actually, since neither of us know, what do you think he was?
It was ugly out there, man.
Someone gets 9 for 23. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I want to say something around there, like 8 for 24.
8 for 24.
Something like that,
yeah. 7 for 26.
Good God.
Nikola Jokic shot 27% from the field today. That's what happens. Nikola Jokic shot 7 for 26, 2 for 10 from 3, which means he went 5 for 16 on twos. That's what that means. He went 5 for 16 on twos. So if we were gonna add this all up, 9 for 12 plus 7 for 13 plus 5 for 16. We're doing math on the fly. So 9 plus 7 plus 5 equals, he's made 21 twos in this series. 25 plus 16 equals 40. Is that 41? So he's 21 for 41 on twos, so just over 50%. Goal clip, just over 50% on twos.
Just over,
which is not good. Yeah, which is not good, by the way.
By the way,
and then 2 for 7, 1 for 7, 2 for 10. So what is that? That is 3 plus 2 threes, 5, 14, 24. So 5 divided by 24, 21% from 3. So 50% on twos, just about 51% on twos, 21% from 3. That is what Nikola Jokic is doing in this series. How many turnovers did he have tonight, actually? Because he was also throwing the ball away left and right. 4 turnovers. So he had 5 turnovers game 1, 3 in game 2, 4 in game 3. So 5 plus 3 is 8. So he's averaging 4 turnovers a game as well. So 4 turnovers a game, shooting 21% from 3 and 51% on twos. All the while they are conceding these threes, by the way.
Yes, these are open threes.
And their offense has sucked with him on the court. In pretty much all of the games, I'm pretty sure. So very, very interesting. Shout out to Nikola Jokic. Shout out to Rudy Gobert. Once again, shout out to Rudy Gobert.
Someone say he had more turnovers than assists tonight.
He did. He had 5.
That was a big stat that used to really matter.
Yeah. 4 turnovers and 3. That's something else that gets used against Embiid. More turnovers.
Yeah.
Interesting. What else did I want to say? Yeah, I want to talk about his scoring skill set. That's what I wanted to talk about. Because at some point, points for 75 and relative true shooting can't be the answer to who's the better scorer. At some point, we have to use our eyes and look at self-created shots, half-court efficiency, versatility, how can you be taken away and whatnot. And at some point, we have to acknowledge that teams are actively fine with anything Jokic does as a scorer outside of 15 feet. We have to acknowledge that. They are actively fine with it. If Jokic is facing you up shooting mid-range jumpers, they live with it. If Jokic is shooting pick-and-pop threes, they live with it. If Jokic is shooting threes, period, they live with it. Jokic as a driver just doesn't have the athletic pop to routinely get by people. He's having to make floaters over the top. We watched Rudy cause multiple issues on those shots for him today. The only place in which he's really drawing these extra defenders and these obscene coverages as a scorer is in the post. That's the only place. I'm not listening, respectfully, I'm not listening to he's a better scorer than Dirk Nowitzki. I'm not listening to it. He's just not. From a skill set perspective, he does not come close. You can't, there's no, oh, we'll live with Dirk shooting face-up jumpers. That doesn't exist. We'll live with Dirk shooting threes. That doesn't exist. Not to mention the postseason efficiency is ridiculous. The fact that Jokic FC has managed to get away with saying that man scored the basketball better than Joel Embiid for as long as they've got away with it, solely because Joel Embiid is hurt in the postseason, is ridiculous. There is no way you can watch Joel Embiid play basketball, watch Nikola Jokic play basketball, and say, yeah, Jokic scores better than him. There's no way you can come to that conclusion. It's just not possible. There's no way you can tell me he's a better scorer than Kevin Durant. There's no way. There's no way you could tell me he's a better scorer than Kobe Bryant because of points per 75 and relative true shooting. There's no way. There's no way you can tell me he's a better scorer than Steph Curry. You can't tell me that. There's no way you can tell me he's a better scorer than James Harden. You can't tell me he puts the ball in the basket better than James Harden did. You can't tell me that. But because of points per 75, relative true shooting, I guess we just have to ignore the volume gap. We have to ignore the holes in his skill set. We have to ignore the holes in his versatility. Versatility is the reason he's an S-tier offensive player, allegedly. That's the reason. Yeah, I'm watching this scoring be hella unversatile. Hella unversatile. It's post up, don't let him get to his left shoulder. Can't go over his right shoulder. It's fried.
Who was saying this?
Some people make astute observations.
Who was saying this 3 years ago? Look, man, we've been here. I've been telling niggas, hey, make him turn over his right shoulder. Niggas don't want to listen to me. They don't want to listen. I've been did the scouting report, Chad. I did the scouting report. I watch him too much to not do it. I've been saying this. That's what Rudy Gobert is doing, by the way. As long as you can stay engaged with his base on the bumps, because he's going to throw a few feints in there trying to shift you over to his right side so he can turn over his left shoulder. If you stay solid, don't let him bump you to create the space and contest high, you've won. You've won. And if you make him look at most of the blocks he's getting on Jokic, it's when he turns over his right shoulder. So just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, so can't go over his right shoulder, but most versatile. Can't beat you as a face-up scorer consistently, but yet he's most versatile. Teams are willing to live with every pick and pop three he ever shoots, but yet he's most versatile because he can shoot them. It's just weird when you actually see when teams don't overreact to gravity that doesn't meaningfully exist outside of the post. How easy it is to stifle an offense when you don't have someone who's a ball handler able to get into the teeth of the defense routinely and force a defense to collapse. The way Jokic makes defenses collapse is by them inherently guarding him like he's a threat. That's how he makes defenses collapse. When they don't guard him like that, and he's forced to beat them as an over-the-top shot maker, to force them to have to react to him, he's shown he can't do it consistently. Against OKC, that's how they guarded him. They swarm him in the post, on the outside, show us you're a threat. Show us you're a threat. He couldn't do it. Against Minnesota in 24, we're going to guard you with cat and single coverage. Show us you're a threat, and we have to send multiple defenders. He couldn't do it. The only times in which he's able to succeed, Draymond Green in 2022, show us you're a threat. We're going to stay home. 5 assists a game. You know why? Because he can't meaningfully force defenses in rotation. He can't do it. He's not the ball handler. He's not James Harden. He's not LeBron James. He's not Steph Curry. He's not those type of players where they can get anywhere on the court they want and force the defense to react. He needs the defense to react as part of their game plan. When it's not part of their game plan, he can't force the coverages. He can't. He's shown that meaning many of times over the years. In 2021, when he couldn't force the coverages, what happened? -7 offense, his assists plummeted, his scoring plummeted. It happens every postseason. He doesn't force the coverages, every single one. Now, I still think he's an amazing offensive player. I think the regular seasons are undeniable. I value the regular season highly. I probably value it more than you do. I value the regular season highly. His regular season production, impact, metrics, eye test is undeniable. His postseason impact metrics, production, team success, team success in terms of how they look when he's on the floor, not championships. All of that is subpar relative to all of the other all-time greats, relative to all of them. The only ones you could even pick a hole in, and I've picked that hole in him myself, is Steph Curry. He's the only one. You could argue his offenses don't stack up with the other all-time greats as well. They still...
Yo. Is he frozen for me or am I frozen? His PC crashed. Hey, man, look. They are, and you know who they are. They're trying to stop us from telling the truth. The truth is being spread, and they don't want the truth out. This is what happens when you start spreading the good word. This is what happens when you start saying and spreading the gospel. They cut you at every turn. They cut you at every turn. It's ridiculous. But you know what? We'll end the video there anyway. I think what needed to be said has been said. I think what needed to be done has been done. I got to go drink some more tea because my voice is going to be shot again. Make sure that you like the stream. Subscribe if you are not subscribed. Subscribe if you are not subscribed. Damn, y'all hear me? Subscribed if you're not subscribed. No Raptors talk. Ain't no need to talk about nothing else. What we talking about? See, here's the thing. This is gonna be my last thing. We're gonna get about here. No, we're not going to talk about the Raptors. No, we're not going to talk about the Cavs. No, we're not going to talk about Anthony Edwards. No, we're not going to talk about Jalen Brunson. You want to know why? Because you niggas keep telling me he's LeBron. You people keep telling me he's the MJ LeBron of his era. And so guess what would happen? Guess what would happen if LeBron James, at the peak of his powers, had a playoff game like this? Would ESPN open the show talking about anything else? Would we, as content creators, go out making anything else initially besides, hey, LeBron? The boy LeBron was trash today. This is what happens when you get the label best in the world, hands down. You're the LeBron of this era. Well, now you're going to get treated like LeBron. So I don't give a damn about what Jalen Brunson did tonight. I do, but I'll talk about it later when I want to. I don't care right now about who else. Toronto. Shout out to Scotty Barnes. Had a
I
great
told you
game.
it's Raptors in 7. I told
whatever, nigga. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, okay.
I don't care about them. Nikola Jokic just put up a disaster of a game. A disaster of a game on both sides of the ball. We also need to just make sure we understand what we just watched. Not only was he garbage offensively, he was just as hideous on the defensive side of the court as well tonight. He had an abysmal basketball game. In fact, if I'm being quite honest, he looked how Alfred Sengun just looked last game. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna
Yeah, I'm
keep it a
seeing the
buck.
baby Jokic comps. I'm gonna be honest. I'm seeing
I'm
the
gonna
baby
keep it a
Jokic
buck.
comps.
He looked real Alfred-y today. That's what it looked like. A layup line at the basket, can't score in one-on-one, can't hit jumpers. He looked like Alfred Sengun. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. Now, was there anything else that you would like to say before we got up out of here, man?
I don't know if I can say too much. I'm kind of scared that they're gonna pack me up again. I've never seen the crash that I just experienced. It just literally
that
turned
was
off,
crazy.
said your device experienced a problem, we're restarting. I've never seen that message. Like they genuinely
crazy.
came for me. They
Yeah.
genuinely came for me. It's fine. I will say tap into PC tomorrow. I believe Swiper will be there. I have a lot of things to get off. I have to correct the previous clip with the actual correct data. That still, once again, makes my point very clear.
Yeah, the sentiment still holds. Like,
absolutely. But they had to ignore the sentiment and come for the part that was inaccurate because the actual sentiment holding, there's nothing for them to discuss.
Exactly.
So let's attack the part that's incorrect or inaccurate and ignore the actual premise of the point, which is his offenses don't stack up to the all-time greats, regardless of his negative or not. Which shout out to +3 offense, I guess. We're praising anything. Yeah, we're praising anything these days. So yeah, tap into that tomorrow. Have a lot to say about Nikola Jokic. A lot of it came across today, but we now get to say it to Jokic FC instead of existing in our echo chamber of truth tellers. I want to see what happens. I would love to see Penn tomorrow, but we'll see. I also do have a lot to say about Jalen Brunson, so tap in for that tomorrow as well. It's been an eventful night of hoops. I'll say that it's been an eventful night of hoops.
It has.
Had a great time, absolutely great time. It's been a good hour. Already fantastic.
Yeah, I know you've been lower on JB. I've witnessed the regression on him as far as you and your opinion on him as the year has gone along. And I do think that a lot of the issues that you've outlined are very glaring today. Can we talk about how CJ McCollum is just absolutely frying shit? And here's the thing, it's like, so he hunts Jalen Brunson to oblivion, right? It's just I haven't seen somebody get this exploited like this badly in quite some time. It's bad. I mean, other than Nikola Jokic, but it's bad. So here's the thing. It's like, okay, CJ will bring a screen up with who he's guarding, right? And it's like, even if he hard hedges and tries to recover to his man, let's say his man that he's guarding at the time is like Jonathan Kuminga. Well, now CJ just passes it to Kuminga, and now he's attacking Jalen Brunson in like a semi-closeout situation, and he's still just way too physically dominant over him for Jalen Brunson to do anything about it. Not so when you combine, oh, he's bad at the helping or the hedging and recovering. He's bad on the perimeter versus CJ. He's bad in the post when they post him up. It's like, damn. They really just like, even with the offense, he's getting killed to a point to where I'm seriously questioning, like, is he providing enough of an offensive punch to justify him being on the court? It's literally getting that bad. Is he providing enough? Because what I see him doing is, oh man, Cat gets 2 buckets in a row. Well, now it's time for a Jalen ISO or a Jalen pick and roll. I'm like, bro, pass the ball, brother. Your teammate has it going.
He's not a point guard. Him and Allen Iverson share a lot of similarities. A lot. Except he's just worse than Allen Iverson. But they share a lot of similarities in that regard. Also, Cat's been good on defense in this series for Cat standards. Anyway,
Yeah,
he's been fine on defense. Jalen Brunson is the very clear problem. Like, it's egregiously bad. He's one of the worst defenders in the sport. And every time I say it, I seemingly get pushback because Trae Young exists. And it's like, cool, I guess. I don't know any player who's played as many minutes as Jalen Brunson in the league this year on a good team who's been as bad as Jalen Brunson defensively. I don't know if you can name one. Maybe the answer is like Jokic because like his position and whatever. But like genuinely, of any player playing meaningful basketball, so I'm not talking about Bob Carrington on the Wizards.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Keontae George on the Jazz. I'm talking about players playing for playoff teams, high minutes.
Maybe Reed Shepard, but he's a bench guy.
He just got 10 minutes last night for a reason.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jalen Brunson is being relied upon to bring his team to the promised land, allegedly. It's untenable. And then he just doesn't pass the ball. Like, he just like they switch, and Jalen Brunson feels that means that he has the advantage. I tweeted about he brought Cat into the screen when Nikhil was guarding him, and Jalen Johnson was guarding Cat. They switch. Cat has Nikhil on him. Jalen Brunson doesn't think, let me reward my big. He's been hooping all game with a small on him. He's like, I got Jalen Johnson on me. I've got the advantage. Let me go ISO. A point guard understands the situation right there and gets the ball to Karl Anthony Towns. Jalen Brunson does not understand the situation right there and calls his own number, and things happen. And then, yeah, like you said, on defense, there's no redeeming qualities. He can't guard on a switch, so you can't switch. They're still switching too much. You can't switch. The hedge and recover doesn't work because Quinn Snyder has them all attacking off the catch instantly. So it's not, we just reset. No, like you said, Jonathan Kuminga's stampeding off every catch, or he's cutting behind Jalen Brunson recovering every time, getting behind the defense, free throws, layups, whatever. Can't do anything there. There's a play where they didn't actually score from this because I think it was CJ couldn't make the read. But so they brought Brunson into the action. He hedged. He was meant to recover all the way up to the weak side corner because whoever was guarding, I think it was Jalen Johnson in the corner, took away Kuminga on the wing. So did it for him so Jalen Brunson can get out and get all the way to the wing. Jalen Brunson just stood at the nail. He didn't know where he was going. He genuinely just stood at the nail for like 3 seconds. He had no idea where to go. Jalen Johnson was wide open in the corner the whole time. CJ doesn't make the read. They end up recovering. I can't remember if the Hawks scored on that possession. So his awareness is terrible. He can't guard anyone on the Hawks. There's no coverage in which you can deploy him in which he's viable. And his scoring also hasn't been at the level in which you need for the amount of usage he's commanding. It's been bad. And all of this, Mikal Bridges is skating by with the nonsense he was on today. Mikal Bridges was terrible tonight. And we're just ignoring that because of Jalen Brunson. But I said it earlier this season. I think it was maybe right after Trae Young got traded. Do you explore trading Jalen Brunson because of all of these flaws? If they lose this series, I think that question becomes very loud. If they lose this series, I think it's a very loud question. I still don't think you probably do just because like he's not making max money. So you're probably not going to get back enough value. But the questions are glaring. And at this point, I don't even know if he has the answers for them. Like, it looks like he's declining as a scorer. He's not creating as much separation. He's relying on tough shot making more than ever. He barely gets to the rim at this point. It's going to be a lot of over the top shots, which he can make at a viable clip. And you do value his isolation creation. But when you're not a great playmaker and you don't generate elite paint touch or collapse defenses at a high level and you're the biggest liability on the court on defense, that's hard to build a championship team around, if I'm being honest, in my opinion anyway. So, Jalen Brunson, I've become very low on him over the course of the year. Maybe I'm too low these days. But credit to the Hawks because I think they've been executing really, really well on both sides of the ball. Outside of Dyson Daniels tonight.
They just defend him well one-on-one. Dyson's doing a good job. Alexander Walker's doing a good job. And again, that's the thing. When you can guard the other team's best player one-on-one well consistently, that's going to bog down an offense. Because offense, what makes stars is that they have to be guarded with multiple people, thus making offense inherently easier for everybody else when they're on the court. That's what makes a star player a star player. especially when we start talking about superstars, offensively, rather, if you're one of those type players. And so that's why, like, to me, even last year, when Luka was like, when y'all, oh my God, Luka's averaging 30 on pretty decent. Yeah, they're guarding him one-on-one, though, and they're living with that shit. Like, was he doing, he was cool, but he wasn't just frying shit. It's actually funny because listening to you, like, talk about Jokic, there's a lot of parallels between those two. Yeah, but, and it's the same thing now with Jalen Brunson. It's like, well, if we can just guard Jalen Brunson and contain the ball, and he's not going to be efficient, as much usage as he's going to take up, we're going to be okay defensively. We're going to be fine. He's inefficient. We guard him well. Can't get to the cup. All over the top, like Mars said. And with over the top shot making over what is Dyson 6'6", 6'7",
6'7", yeah, 6'7".
Nas 6'5" with a crazy wingspan. Like, yeah, we're gonna live with that.
Even
We're
Jonathan
gonna live with
Kuminga's
that.
done a good job.
Yeah,
I think Jonathan Kuminga deserves a lot of credit. He's
been
been
really
really good
good
for them.
this series.
Really good
Yeah,
in this series
yeah,
on both sides of the ball. He's been guarding
yeah,
Cat, taking Cat out the game,
yeah.
and then when he switches onto Brunson, he's been doing his job, making a couple plays at the rim, and then offensively, like his pace has been like much needed for this team in a series in which Jalen Johnson has been mid.
Yeah,
And I'm being kind saying mid, by the way.
yeah.
Like he's been mid. Like Nikhil also hasn't had like the series that compares to his regular season. It's been CJ,
Mm-hmm.
Kuminga, give Onyeka credit, and overall just consistent execution. They're pushing the pace hard. Mitchell Robinson was terrible today because the game was just too fast,
Mm-hmm.
just moving up and down. He was a
Mm-hmm.
non-factor. The only Knicks I would say really showed up for real is Cat and OG. They're the only ones I would say you can leave that game and say they played really well. Unless I'm forgetting someone. Deuce, I think, had a decent game.
Deuce, yeah, Deuce was cool.
Yeah. Unless there's anyone else I'm forgetting. I might be forgetting someone.
Big
But
big threes late in that game. I thought the Knicks were about to pull it out. I really did.
Me too. When OG made both those bailout threes,
those
I was like,
bailout threes, I was like, oh man, yeah, it's their night. It's their night.
When he is Atlanta, like just there's nothing you can do when the basketball god's not on your side, man. There's nothing you can do. But it's tough, man. I'm not saying the Knicks can't win the series because even with all of these flaws, they're losing like extremely tight games.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think there are some things they still started the fourth without Brunson or Cat. Still don't agree with that ideology, but I still think they can win the series, but they also can lose the series. That's kind of where I stood at the beginning of the series. I had the Knicks, but I saw avenues for the Hawks to win. That's where I still stand now. I have the Knicks, but I see, and it's even more obvious now. I see how the Hawks can beat the Knicks in this series.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, oh my God, how did they do that? It's like, you can see how a team can beat the Knicks, especially this Hawks team. So credit to them because traded Trae Young, took off, and now look, having a hell of a year. Maybe the Knicks need to trade Jalen Brunson, take off, have a hell of a year.
I mean, to be fair, Trae Young's already beat the Knicks, so.
Maybe it's just a Hawks thing, yeah. Maybe it's just a Hawks thing.
Yeah.
They just
Trae Young's beat the Knicks, man.
Yeah, now they go CJ.
I thought coming into the series, I'm like, nah, the Knicks should beat them in like 5 games because they're a better team. I still think they're a better basketball team, in my opinion. I think they're more talented. I think they're better I think they're far better offensively, in my opinion. I think they're a far better offensive unit. But that's when Jalen Brunson is either cooking or at least smart enough to know, hey, there's an apparent mismatch on the court. They need to be going through Karl Anthony Towns. I don't understand how that's not clicking for Jalen Brunson. Play through Cat. They don't have anybody out there his size. Give him the ball. How hard is that? How hard is that? And maybe Cat can be the one, because exactly what we're talking about. If he scores well enough down there, then they're going to have to start committing to.
They're too small. Yeah, that should be the idea.
And now we can get some swings and some open threes and some more attacking or closeout, etc. instead of, oh, Jalen Brunson, pick and roll, switch, ISO, clamp. Jalen Brunson, they pitch ahead to Jalen Brunson. Oh, well, it's early offense. Let me try to attack. Oh, nothing really there. Keep my handle alive. Oh, wait. I'm gonna face him up now. Bing, bing, bing. Then he trying to play up. Bruh, I ain't gonna lie. I knew Jalen Brunson was gonna be a player like he's a player when it's over, it's gonna be over. Because
You have no physical advantages. Like
yeah,
you're not.
it's gonna
Yeah.
be it's gonna be all tough jumpers. And the greatest shooters ever still need some form of easy baskets that can be generated. Like he can't not against any kind of decent athlete who can move their feet and stay solid and not, not foul because he's a good grifter as well. If you stay solid, you have good feet, contest up top, you're going to do a great job. You're going to do a great job. And so I don't know how many more seasons Jalen can be a. This might be it. I don't know.
Be or what?
Because I never agree with the logic that like Jalen Brunson wasn't a good enough player to be a number one on the championship team. I just
Okay.
thought that
Okay.
meant like, oh, his team would have to be like really good. You know what I'm saying? But I at one point thought he was a good offensive player to be a number one offensively for a team and win a chip. I am now very much so questioning that at this moment, at this time. I don't know if I still believe that to be true. Um,
I just think
it's
he's
tough.
declining. Yeah, I just think he's
Yeah,
declining. It is what it is. He's
yeah,
a small guard without physical gifts. It's gonna be hard
yeah.
to keep up that impact in a league that is punishing small guards more than ever. It's like
Hmm.
it's bad timing. I would have definitely took that max instead of taking that pay cut. But salute to you, Jalen Brunson.
Mm, mm,
We'll see. We'll see if they reward you in the long term when you're declining even more.
mm.
I'm obviously not praying on his downfall. Like shit. I hope
Yeah.
he figures it out. But it's rough with the direction the league is going. The playoffs show you all the time, and this is why spreadsheets don't tell the full story. There's two things the playoffs tell you that spreadsheets don't tell you every time. Physical advantages mean a lot, and advantage creation in general means a lot. Spreadsheets and all this ancillary value and possession maxing is great, and it can win you a bunch of regular season games, and you still need it in the playoffs. You need guys who can impose themselves physically in the game, and you need guys who can create advantages. All of this offensive rebounds, win the possession game, cool. If you don't have an advantage creator, you don't win. Like you just
And
don't.
you know what it is about. And see, this is why I've been so high on Minnesota. I've been trying to outline this. I'm like, bro, they're big, they're athletic, they can shoot threes. Hello, that's 2026 basketball in a nutshell. They have guys that can guard multiple positions. They're long. They bring a physical element of dominance to a basketball game on top of still having one of the three best defensive players in the world. It always has made sense in Minnesota. They are modern day basketball. The only team that to me is outdoing them is OKC. This is how you build a roster. You get an IO to replace because you know why? Oh, let's get another 6'4", 6'5" athlete. Maybe they don't do the exact same thing, no. But you know what I'm saying? It's to a degree. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he can also shoot, guard a little bit, good athlete, long.
Take a little bit of ball handling responsibility.
Do a little ball handling. You know what I'm saying?
It's why someone said it in the chat. What was his name? Sorry. Let me find it. I want to give him his credit because he said it. It's something I've said before, but he said it. Lati something, I think, said it. I can't remember. I can't see it, but he said it's why Jalen Brown is better in the playoffs. That's what he said. If you can find it, you can find it, but you don't need to. He said that's why Jalen Brown is better in the playoffs. And yeah, and that's the biggest argument I've made. Like Spreadsheet FC pushing this Derek White's the best player in the Celtics. For the regular season, I still don't agree, but you can have that. That's fine. But even the same on-off numbers, they love to pedal. In the playoffs, it flips. Jalen Brown, since 2023 through now, in the playoffs, with Derek White on the bench, is a plus 12. Derek White on the floor in the playoffs in that same span, with Jalen Brown on the bench, is a plus 4. The numbers flip because Jalen Brown's skill set is inherently more valuable in the playoffs. His physical imposition, his advantage creation, his shot creation holds a lot more weight in the postseason. It's an argument I made. There's a clip of it somewhere. It's an argument I made. Like that's what the playoffs mean. These guys' skill sets become inherently more valuable in the playoffs. Anthony Edwards' skill set becomes inherently more valuable in the playoffs. The fact that on one leg they're still tilting their whole. Oh, he was. Yeah, he was. Some of the shots he took was egregious, but the fact that you still have to tilt your defense to stop him.
Yep.
The fact that you're committing these resources to slow him down, make or miss shots, he's providing inherent value that not many people in the league can match, regardless of what his regular season impact metrics suggest. Even like these guys like Jalen Brown, Anthony Edwards, who, in my opinion, don't have good defensive regular seasons. The fact that they're able to take matchups becomes inherently more valuable in the playoffs. It's why Kobe was a more valuable defender in the playoffs, because he could take matchups. Now, in the regular season, regular game against Charlotte, when he has to, was Gerald Wallace and Raymond Felton and them, cool. Yeah, he's going to be chilling. He's not going to make much of an impact on defense. So his game-to-game value is not going to be high. But in a playoff game, high leverage situation where you need guys who are switchable, guys who can guard, guys who aren't going to get picked apart, that's where Kobe and Jalen Brown, Anthony Edwards become more valuable once again in the playoffs. So you see it with these players, and every year, Spreadsheet FC falls for the same gimmicks every time. These regular season warriors who maximize possessions, maximize on the spreadsheets, and then they get put over guys who are legitimate advantage creators, who legitimately force defenses to make multiple adjustments within games and within series. They get put over them, and then the playoffs happen, and those guys fall off a cliff. Their impact metrics fall off a cliff. Their on-off numbers fall off a cliff. And you realize the advantage creators are the best player on the team. Now, once again, credit to Derek White. He's a good player. His impact metrics in the playoffs are still good. I think in like EPM, he led the Celtics in 24 in EPM. So I'm not saying he's a bad player. But what I am saying is there's certain skill sets that are more valuable in the playoffs than the regular season. And that doesn't mean regular season skill sets aren't valuable, because you need to have a good regular season team to make the playoffs to even have meaning for the valuable playoff skill sets. But let's not get it confused that there are some people who are inherently more made for the regular season and some people who are inherently more made for the playoffs. There's even role players like that. I would argue like Dante DiVincenzo is a better playoff role player than a regular season role player because he's more volatile. And in playoff games, he can swing 2 games in a series. Whereas in a regular season, you're just going to focus on the inconsistencies and that over a 3-week stretch, he's shooting 31% from 3. So like you need more consistency in the regular season. But the highs and lows probably matter more in the playoffs, where winning one game, swinging 1 game in a series is 25% of the way to winning. Like in the regular season, you need to win 45, 50 games. So you need more consistency. So it's just understanding the difference in skill sets. Something I got to be better at as well. There's definitely some players I probably overvalued in terms of how good I think they are based on having regular season skill sets. But yeah, shout out to, I don't even know how this started. I don't even know who he was talking about. But shout out to the playoff players. That's it. Shout out to the
we were just talking about the need for physical imposition and advantage creation. Also, before I get about it, I know somebody in the chat was like, "Huh, you like Minnesota for them to just get swept by the Spurs?" I'm picking Minnesota to win that series. So, but we will get there when we get. If both of these teams make it out the first round, I want y'all to know I'm picking Minnesota to win that series. I think Minnesota will be able to guard the Spurs better than the Spurs will be able to guard Minnesota. And I know that y'all hate this player. I expect Julius Randle to have a really good series against the Spurs because of their lack of forward size. He's going to be able to get to that bump, little fade whenever he wants to. I'm telling y'all right now before it happens, so you don't have to act all shocked when Julius is averaging an efficient 25. You're like, oh, but Julius Randle sucks. I know, but when you don't have a matchup for him, he does it because he brings, whether he sucks or not, skill wise. Here's the thing about skilled led players, Mars, that don't bring the physical aspect. Skill is variance in nature. Your ability to hit over the top shots consistently, that's going to be variance to regard. The best shooter ever, Steph Curry, deals with variance. The best shooters we've ever seen deal with variance. So how do you create easy opportunities for yourself repeatedly? That's why a LeBron James is so good. At the end of the day, when he's in his prime, the one thing LeBron could do is put his head down and drive the ball, get to the basket, because he's 6'9", 250, and like the fastest player on the court and jumps the highest. Like it's a cheat code, damn near. Shaq can't shoot, but guess what? Shaq's going to be able to get 5 feet away from the basket every single time, damn near. You can't stop it because he's 7'2", 330 pounds of pure muscle. How are you going to deal with that? You can't.
People like it or
very
not,
rare.
man. Basketball is a sport where physical gifts that can't be taught very often prevail. It just is. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, whether you like it or not.
I've been saying that all year. Hey, silly me for always thinking athleticism matters in an athletic endeavor. They're playing a sport. That shit matters, bro. I've been trying to say this for the longest. That shit matters.
And when you have those athletic tools mixed with skill, that's where you find the best players ever.
Exactly.
Like, that's really it. You find the best players ever. Like they're pretty much every transcendent player is going to have at least one physical tool that defenses couldn't take away. That's what made guys like Steph and like I guess you could throw Kobe in there. Were like the two exceptions to that.
Like 09 for Kobe.
Yeah, like I guess you could say those are like the two exceptions where like their skill really brought them over the top. But like Kevin Durant's height,
it's rare.
Like Kevin Durant's height means that he's able to get to over the top shots easier than anyone ever. So he's less variant reliant. So like you get with him, Shaq, we obviously know his physical imposition. LeBron, you already outlined it. Michael Jordan, like that guy was flying. Like he literally flew. Dwayne Wade was literally the fastest man on the planet. Tim Duncan was one of the strongest players we've ever seen. Like Tim Duncan even had that physical imposition part of his game. What other player do you want to go to? Kareem was just bigger than everyone. Wilt Chamberlain was a physical freak. Bill Russell was the fastest man. Could you
argue like is Hakeem a skill one? But
even him, like his agility at that side, like he still had something that was like there's nothing you could do with that. But Hakeem, Kobe, and Steph are the closest you're gonna get to like off pure skill alone. Like they're the closest you're gonna get, unless you throw Kevin Garnett in that group. Like, but even his like movement as a 7 foot was ridiculous.
Yeah, he's
so, like,
7 foot and moving like that.
Yeah, so it's like even him, he has something that is like you can't teach. So it's just and then obviously when Wemby gets to that level. I don't even think it needs to be explained. And then Jokic, even his strength, like his physicality is something that.
Yes.
So it's like
that's what makes him so good.
Yeah, Giannis, it goes without saying. Like all of them have something that you just can't. Larry Bird is actually a good one. Larry Bird is another one who didn't have those physical. Magic Johnson was a 6'9" point guard. But Larry Bird, Kobe, Steph, maybe Hakeem. Those would be the ones you could say they probably don't have the same physical advantage. No, I'm not even putting Hakeem in there. Kobe Bryant, Steph and Bird are the two you can get for sure.
Yeah, Steph for
Kobe,
sure. Yeah.
Kobe, and then Hakeem. No, you're not even getting Hakeem. So yeah, Kobe and Bird, not Kobe, Steph and Bird. That's it. Like and Steph has a superpower, as we know. Like ain't no one shooting the ball like
greatest shooter ever. Yeah,
that would explain that. And then Larry
so
Bird's
like
maybe
look
the most
what it
versatile
takes
player
to
we've ever
be
seen.
that level of player. without the the athleticism. You have to be quite literally the greatest shooter ever to still lose a lot of conversations with these other players. By the way, Steph Curry's losing most the players that we brought up. He's losing damn near all of these conversations as far as who's better. Kobe Bryant, for some, is the most skilled basketball player ever. For him to still lose to many, not me, but many, still lose the argument to a lot of those players because skill inherently is less reliant because there's more variance than I can just put my head down and get 2 feet from the basket. That's why I even myself had to come to the conclusion. To me, that is why LeBron and Michael Jordan are better than Kobe. I think Kobe's a more skilled player than both. I think he's a better shooter than both. I think all of that. At the end of the day, they're able to generate easier stuff than Kobe. They just are. Not and then you combine that with they have a lot of these other skills that he has as well. Maybe he doesn't do them to the degree that he does it, but they're still present. That yeah. And somebody in the chat has said it. That's why like I'm very high on the ceiling of Ant. I'm still one to believe that if Ant hits his ceiling, he will be better than Shea. That will be a better. Now, will he hit it? I don't know. But if Ant can take a playmaking leap and get intentional about his defense again, yeah, the guy with like the best first step in the league and who's also turned into an elite pull-up shooter as well, that guy's going to be a problem. That guy's going to be a real issue if he learns how to pass. I'm telling you. And plays
teams
defense.
know it too, yeah, and teams know it too. Like you could just see how teams guard him.
Look how they guard him.
And then with Shea, like we've seen, like, and he has like physical gifts. It's just more of like the soft traits in terms of the deceleration and like all of that stuff. But like even him, like you see how much the rim frequency declines in the playoffs. You see how much more reliant he has to become on over the top shot making in the playoffs, and you see like what it does to like his overall scoring efficiency. Like when you don't have a bunch of physical traits to lean on, these things are just gonna happen. So whether we like it or not, we value skill. I also value skill. I'm not saying I don't. But in my opinion, Kyrie's the most skilled player ever. That's my opinion. He's worse than a lot of players. And it's not because he's not skilled enough. It's not because he can't do this, and this. He doesn't have the physical tools to make things easy for himself. He just doesn't. Like, and that's life. Like, you can be more skilled and not be as good of a player, and that's fine. We can acknowledge your skill set, but at the end of the day, Shaq's better than you. Giannis is better than you. They don't need to do as much because they're 6'11", 7'1", and can overwhelm you physically, get to the rim, and dunk everything, every time. Kevin Durant doesn't need to have the amount of moves you do because he can put the ball in his left hand, hezzy, and shoot and not see you. He can just do that. Dirk Nowitzki doesn't need to have the moves he does because he can face you up, lean back, and look right at the rim, and you're down there. He can't see you. Wemby doesn't need to be as fundamentally sound of a defender as Bam Adebayo because he's 7'28" and could just stretch his arm out and you miss the shot. That's all he has to do. Some people just have hit the genetic lottery. And when you watch basketball, that's a sport of a bunch of people who hit the genetic lottery. Yeah. It is what it is. I'm in awe every time I see them do it. I'm in awe when I see the most skilled players overcome their physical limitations. But at the end of the day, there's usually a ceiling on how far that can take you. So shout out to Steph Curry for getting into the rooms he's got himself into. Because it's ridiculous what he's managed to be able to do with his physical tools. So shout out to him.
I'm going to read these super chats and we're going to get up out of here. That's actually Jason Tips. I heard Jason Tips talk about like he thinks Steph Curry is the most skilled player ever. And he said it's because his skill alone put him in that caliber of player. He was like, I know people think it's like, oh, Kyrie, as far as all around skill. But he's like, Steph Curry's skill has him in top 10 of all time conversations, thus meaning he's the most skilled player. Which, when I heard it, I wasn't mad at that argument. I still
I
think Kyrie's
understand
more
it. Yeah, I
skilled, but
understand it.
I understand it for sure. AD Fresh 79-14 with what is that 100 of? I don't know what that is.
So, yeah.
With the $3 super chat says Jokic has one deep playoff run. Even Dirk has 2 finals, even though he chokes the first one. Shaq clears him with ease, who averaged 38 in the finals.
Yeah, my biggest. I'm not the team success guy. It's just a lot of the same numbers that people use to prop up Jokic don't carry over to the playoffs routinely. And I'm still yet to hear the explanation. The only explanations I'm hearing is is that he's playing against the best defenses. But I even gave you the relative numbers to the opponent defenses, and they're still paling in comparison every year. And Kobe played the most top 10 defenses ever and just led better offenses. So I don't know. I guess.
That guy literally has had the hardest
You saw what he did when he saw a bad defense, plus 17. Jokic ain't never done that against a bad defense. So,
Also, like, I know sometimes we get like what was so funny to me when people were like bring up, oh, Jokic's greatest offensive player ever. It's like I'm old enough that I've seen some of these players and like understood what I was watching. And it just baffles me when other people that were old enough to comprehend with it. There's no way you think he's done anything better than what we saw out of LeBron James 2018. There's just no way. I'm sorry. I saw it in real time. The Celtics were young, absolutely. That was still one of the 5 best defenses in the league. And he fried them. I'm sure Toronto. What was Toronto that year?
Another high level defense. I can see what they were doing in those series. Where's LeBron at? Let's find LeBron. But yeah, I think the Celtics were the best playoff defense that year, if I remember correctly. So shout out to Bron doing what he does. 2018 against Boston, they had a +4 offense, and against Toronto, guess.
Oh, it must be like stupid since you did that.
Yes.
I'm gonna go +11.
+11. Okay. I want to see if anyone in the chat can get that right. +12. Oh my god, yeah. It's cute that you guys are saying that. +27.
Yeah, let's shut the fuck all the way up. Hey, look, I'm no longer respecting this with a conversation. He's not better than LeBron on offense. Let's quit the cap, please, for heaven's sake. Anyway, it's simply Cujo. This is generational cook up. Keep it going. Yes, sir. I think we both did what needed to be done. And again, catch Mars on the panel. I don't know if I'm going to be on the panel tomorrow. We'll see. I might pull up. I might not. We'll see how it goes. Gaming Fanatic 892 says, GOAT offensive center, uno disrespect to Kareem.
He's saying, that's how they say it in the UK.
Oh, Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Disrespect to Kareem. Okay, shut up.
I don't know, man. Shaq. I don't know, man. Am I really getting that low on Jokic now? I'm saying Shaq a better offensive player than him again. I don't know. He's in that tier.
But I don't think that's being low on. See, that's what the fuck. See,
no, but what I'm because I was.
I get what you said.
Yeah, I was on team. He's the best offensive center 4 years ago, which means I'd already, in my mind, he's better than Shaq. That's where I was at 4 years ago. So have I recalibrated to where I'm saying that Shaq's better? I'll say they're in the same tier nowadays. That's why I'll say they're in the same tier offensively.
Even though Shaq repeated, you'll get back on the right side of history one day. One day you'll be back on the right side of history.
One step at a time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Brandon just sent for $4.99. Appreciate you, but then he sent another one. saying Rudy got the Joker in Arkham Asylum. LOL.
Batman
That's
reference. Yeah,
Batman, right? Yeah.
yeah,
I
Batman
knew it was something
reference
to
is
do
the
with Batman.
Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice, good
Mm-hmm.
one, good one.
It is good. That is good. So is Rudy Gobert Batman?
Well, Batman has a no
Maybe
kill
that
policy. I'm Rudy killing Jokic right now. So
facts.
yeah.
Facts. Kadar Muhammad said Luca better than 15. Let's talk for real, for real. Talk about it.
That's more your domain. Yeah, I'm still not
Um,
the highest on Lucas, so
I don't know
I'll
if
leave
I'm
that
there
alone.
yet myself. Just flat out better. I mean, I will say this though. I'm ready to say this. That gap isn't as big as some think it is, though. I will say
Nice,
that.
nice, nice.
I will say that. You know, Luke. Hey, Fat Luca was doing a better job against this team last year. Out of shape, couldn't breathe. Luca was doing better as an offensive player last year again. And this is a common theme that we're seeing about like these defenses that make Jokic struggle and Luca fries them. Because we did it in Minnesota against Minnesota in 24 as well. Just by the way. Let me see. Uh the Viget?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay, 499. Don't forget to mention the blatant foul baiting Jokic was doing. Some that Swiper throws his panties in a twist about anytime OKC does it. Laughing emoji, clown FC.
I wish I saw Swiper's Twitter live after the game. I don't know if he keeps them up after the fact or if they're on YouTube or something.
I
But
think I think they're on YouTube. They're definitely on his
yeah,
YouTube page as well.
I'm gonna go watch
Yeah,
that
I
right
actually saw
afterwards.
his
Yeah.
thumbnail. It was a picture of Jokic, and it said imposter.
Yeah, I saw the title was
Yeah,
like Jokic the worst game of his career or something
yeah,
like that. So
yeah.
he
So
definitely got
he's
some
saying
racist
that the
comments. Yeah.
Jokic we're seeing right now is the real Jokic. You know what I'm saying? This is an imposter. Right.
Facts.
So it's still lacking accountability. That's crazy. It's not him. It's
Yeah, the trends
genuinely.
I just laid out is just nothing. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah. It's not him. It's
coincidence.
somebody
Yeah.
else. Yeah. OG team, $2 super chat. Someone send Mikhail Puss, letter C, to Alcatraz.
Yeah, Mikal. I'm not the highest on Mikal Bridges either. I'm not the highest on this Knicks team. I never really have been. So I'm not gonna say I feel
I
vindicated in
was
that,
high on
but
him.
yeah, I've never really believed in this Knicks team. So
I
I
believed
get
in
it.
Jalen Brunson as a playoff player. I believed in OG. I believed in Cat. Mikhail, good enough. McBride to me was good enough. Kind of would alleviate some of that guard POA that they were missing. Could guard some matchups for Brunson. Like there was a way for them to. Mitchell Robinson is, still one of the best offensive rebounders and rim protectors in the league. A lot of potential on that team. It's just Brunson can defend and he doesn't pass. It's like quite literally that simple right now. Slightly biased Kobe Bryant fan with a 4.99 super chat. How do y'all think a double big lineup would work for the Spurs versus Minnesota? So, which I'm assuming you're saying Minnesota double big. What is a
No,
double big
because
lineup?
you said Julius Randle would punish the Spurs because of their lack of size in the forward positions. So he's saying, what if they run
Oh,
double
so he's
big?
saying like,
Yeah.
but then I think they then become even that much easier to guard. Niggas not guarding Stephon Castle for real, respectfully. I really
Rudy's
want,
probably gonna be on Stephon Castle now, and then
but
they
yeah,
put
but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Julius on Wemby.
yeah. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's how they've done
Yeah,
it.
Julius on Wemby, Rudy on Castle, and then Jaden on De'Aaron, I'd assume,
Yeah.
and
Good
then
luck,
and
San
on like
Antonio.
Champagne or whatever.
Good luck, San Antonio. Is all I'm gonna say. Good luck. I don't think them niggas go. Bro, if y'all out here, my boy Fox struggling. Stephon Castle is exactly who I thought he was finna be in the playoffs. A nigga you can leave alone. Dylan Harper, cool, but he still is just a rookie. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota got them out of here quickly, actually. But again, another conversation for another day.
Dylan Harper
No,
been good in the playoffs, by the way.
he
Probably been
be
their best
cool,
guard, but it's cool.
but that's a problem
Nah, he just liked
because
it.
it's not even like he's playing like outstanding. That's what I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah, yeah. He just playing like Dylan Harper. You know his game translating to the playoffs. Unlike some. Shout out to Stefan Castle, man.
Mm, mm. Fox, you need to get that shit. Hey, all that passing the castle and standing in the corner shit, that needs to be done, bro. I'm sorry. You need to ball hog. He needs to ball hog. I'm sorry. I don't understand the Aaron Fox is such a baffling basketball player to me. You're still one of the quickest guys with the basketball in hand. You're one of the best scoring. You have a great mid-range game, intermediate game. Let's get to it. What are we doing? Why are we? Here you go, Stefan. Bro, be aggressive. Hoop. What's going on? What's going on? Be an aggressive basketball player. Your team needs you to be aggressive.
I seen something. I can't remember what it was, but De'Aaron shoots like 25% from three when he's on the floor with Wemby. And I don't know if that's just small sample size or his looks are different or he's not comfortable shooting and he's out of rhythm. I don't know what it is. But it goes up to like 36% when Wemby's off the floor. So I don't know if he's just a volume shooter who kind of needs the rhythm and the like he needs to have the ball in his hands to shoot. But 25% is just not good
How
enough.
see, here's my thing. Here's the thing about that to me. Are Wimby and Stephon Castle more attached? Like, do they play a lot of minutes together?
Mhm.
To me, I think that's more of a Stephon Castle thing than a Wimby thing. Yes, Daniel, that'd be my problem. Fox is a rhythm player. He's not this great shooter that can be non-aggressive, be like, oh, now I'm gonna take 6 shots now and make them. That's not him. That's never been him.
He
That's
shoots
never been
35% with Steph, but only 29% with Wemby. So
him.
I don't know. But
Interesting.
his usage goes up a lot without Wemby, obviously.
Mhm.
So I don't know. He might just be one of those guys. Like he's more of like a 2000s guard. He probably just needs the ball in his hands to feel it from three instead of
Yeah,
like having to
he's
shoot
not a
these
shooter
spot up
like that.
three.
He's
Yeah,
not.
exactly. So I think it's more of a rhythm thing, but we'll see how it looks when they. I'm assuming Wemby doesn't play tomorrow, so we'll see how it looks.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me see where we at. The tribe won. I think Ant didn't even need to. Doesn't even need to be there. Real talk. I think he needs to be much more off ball. I would agree with that as well. Expecting any athlete to be LeBron as a playmaker is unrealistic. Becoming more off ball will help his impact. I do think he should be more off ball. Because he is a two. He is never going to be like point guard Ant. That's not him. And that's fine. But he does need to be able to make like some of these reads that he's missed. I rewatched that game 2 when they came back. And this is like, I guess I was focusing more on it now than like I usually do. That brother misses a lot of reads, people.
Mm-hmm.
He misses a lot of like some easy ones too. And he's very shot. He's been very shot aggressive this year. Like and he has said this like out loud too. It's not even like he hides it. It's like they ask him. He's like, "Yeah, this year I'm looking to like get my shots up." Finch is telling me to pass the ball, but I'm like, no, actually, I'm just gonna shoot. He's saying this in interviews out loud. So it's like, I guess because I mean he's been so efficient anyway, so you can't really argue with the result. But he's missing a lot of stuff that if he just hit some of these basic reads, it would be even that much more better as an offensive player. Um, the tribe won $5 super chat. And to be honest with you, I also came to this realization. It's like, well, if he is going to consistently not do that, then like Cade Cunningham, like that's a real discussion. Now I'm still taking Ant, but if you're at FC, we can't sit here and be acting like Cade conversation is disrespectful. It's not. It's not.
Cade,
We can't
nice
act
man.
like D Mitch conversation is disrespectful. It's not. Respect Donovan Mitchell. I know he just had a bad game. But look, respect D Mitch. But Cade for sure is like that's not. That's not. See somebody in the chat. We clear Cade. No, you don't. Not right now. You don't. No, you don't. Clear.
Bad knee. Bad knee. Why he not playmaking right
No facts. Actually,
now? Yeah.
shit. That should encourage him to pass more.
No,
Actually,
no, 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 no.
yeah. Let me see where I'm at. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Tribe one, $5 said Steph's hand eye needs to be studied. It doesn't really make sense. People talk about deep threes, but y'all see his layups and floats. That shit cray. Yeah, his depth perception is like one of one. Um, his ability to gauge, like eye his target and gauge how much strength needs to be used on a shot, and like all of that when you're shooting, you're processing that and like it's so quickly. And his ability to do that. Also, most shooters shoot well from a specific hand placement or shot pocket. His ability to shoot off any variable of dribble combination that he pulls off and still shoot the ball like he's that's a funny guy. He's just a funny guy. It's yeah, it's incredible. He's actually insane. Yeah. I don't think we're going to see a Steph Curry in our lifetime. Yeah.
Reed Shepard right there, man. Chill out.
The Tribe won $10 super chat. We're talking about a 3 or 4 year sample size with Jokic, right? With his full team. Jokic a top 15 player in the playoffs for me all time. And I want him over anyone today, impact wise, except Wemby.
Well, it's all of his MVP years, so since 21 to now, but excluding 23. But even in the conversation, you can include 23. It's just the only one that even like compares. So how many years is that? 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So half a decade plus this year's thus far. Top 15 all time in the playoffs? I don't know. I'd have to make a list. I doubt it.
Well, I can start with my whole top 10. So, I mean, basically, it's damn near basically is he a top 15 player of all time? I mean, it's because the names that you would name immediately would be those players. So
I'm not taking him in the playoffs over Jerry West.
I'm not taking him in the playoffs over Dwayne Wade.
I know you're not. I don't know. Yeah, maybe he's top 15. Maybe he's not. But
Dirk.
should I look at Dirk's playoff offenses? The same thing. Let's see.
Oh, I'm sure they're going to be good outside of like, the 1-8 thing that happened that year.
Okay, so you get 02 plus 7.5, 03 plus 11, 04 is a neutral, 05 plus 7, 06 plus 7.5, 07 obviously a -1 basically, 08 plus 2, 09 plus 7, 2010 0.5, 2011 plus 8, and then you start seeing him decline. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4. He has like 6 different runs that are like better than Jokic's best, and then routinely above everything else that Jokic has produced in his MVP stretch. So shout out to Dirk. Good playoff offense.
Has Tyrese Halliburton been producing better playoff offenses than Nikola Jokic? I just want to see.
Tyrese Halliburton 24 plus 8.5 last year plus 7.7. So both are better than 23 Jokic, which is the best of his by far. So yes.
Next super chat. EJ Prince 1817 $5 super chat said the fact that with debating 15, people just disregard defense, and as if Jokic maintains all-time offensive heights in the offs continues to baffle me. They're living in
my
Delulu,
issue.
man.
Yeah, that's my issue. It's that I'm willing to overlook the defense when he provides the transcendent offense.
Mm-hmm.
But when he's not providing the transcendent offense and the defense still sucks, what are we talking about? Like, something has to give here. Like, we have to acknowledge something. I checked Harden and Chris Paul. It doesn't help the agenda, so I left it alone.
I figured there's a reason why you didn't.
No, they have some ones that are better, but they also have some ones that are like noticeable.
So I knew that as y'all have to know Mars, right? So when Mars wasn't bringing up James Harden, I knew it's because it wasn't the time to. Okay, it didn't fit what we needed to be going on right now.
I mean,
right?
so
Read the room, guys.
you get his OKC years, and I'm not counting his OKC years because obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
He then gets to Houston in his first postseason is +8, which is better than Jokic. But one series, I think they lost to OKC that year. 2014, they lose to Portland, but it's +9.5 with him on the floor. So once again, still better than Jokic. 2015 is +4.7. So once again, still better than most Jokic years outside of 23. 2016, when they got blitzed by Golden State, is -11. It's terrible. -11. 2017, the San Antonio year is +3. 2018 is +4.5. That's the obviously Game 7 cheated against the Warriors year. They struggled offensively in that series. They were really good in the first 2 rounds. 2019 was +5. So once again, better than the Jokic year. 2020 was +1 because they struggled against you guys in the second round. 2021 was +12.5, him, KD, and Kyrie when they played together, but smaller sample because he got hurt, and also Kevin Durant's doing a lot of heavy lifting in that second part of that series.
LeBron led a better offense than KD, Harden, and Kyrie. Because you said they were +20.5. He was +27 against Toronto.
No, I said 12.5. They were 12.5, not 20.
Oh, 12.
But against Boston, James Harden was +21.5. But +27 is the highest I've seen. There might be someone higher, but that's the high of any player I've looked at. That's the highest I've seen. Maybe like Steph has a higher series in like 2017 because
they were cheating. Yeah,
maybe Steve Nash has a series against a bad defense. Maybe, but 27.5 is ridiculous. Steph in 2017, you got 24 against San Antonio. That's probably the best you're gonna find. 27 is ridiculous.
But I do remember the reason why that's that high is because the Cavs as a whole were just
no one could miss. No one could miss.
Ball, bro. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Steve Nash is the best you're gonna get is about 20. Like 27 is ridiculous, but yeah, it's more than LeBron. No one, J.R. Smith couldn't miss in that series.
Yeah.
Kevin Love couldn't miss. Kevin Love averaged like 20 and 12 or something in that series. Like no one could miss. I've looked at. You don't want me to read off Giannis's ones. I promise. That's one. I'm not even Giannis FC. I've ignored. I'm gonna read off Giannis
because I'm already knowing just off the top of my head. I'm knowing like 19's probably nasty.
It's bad.
20 is probably nasty. 22 is probably nasty.
It's overwhelmingly bad. 2018 probably his first series good is 5.5. Shout out to Giannis. 2019 is +2.5. That's fine. Not great, but that's fine. 2020 is -0.8. Their title year is -0.4. 2022 is -2.5. 2023 is -8, and last year is +1.8. Giannis playoff offenses have never really been good. And that's one of my issues with Giannis. But yeah, it's never been particularly great with Giannis. They shouldn't have told me
But
about
his
NBA
his
RAC and
value
all
isn't
these
just
stats.
predicated on.
Yeah, he leads to some of the best playoff defenses.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
exactly.
He anchors high level defense, and Joel Embiid does it, but no one cares. So salute. Kevin Garnett has very similar trends. He never really led to elite playoff offense. +4, -0.6, -2.5, +3, -6. Once again, these are all first round series because they're getting mocked. +1.7, +2.7 in 04, +1.5 in 08, +5.3, and then you start seeing decline as +1, +3, +1. So like routinely in the neutral +2-ish range. In the Jokic outside of 2023 range, that's where Kevin Garnett is, while being one of the best defenders of all time. So, interesting. They should have introduced me to these relative to opponent defensive stats. I'm not gonna lie. They open a can of worms. I'm grateful because now I'm more informed, but they shouldn't have done this.
Yeah, you finna get some nasty shit off. I already know. I know. NBA Wrap 'em. I had actually discovered their website a few months ago. I think that's when people were starting to call me like Stat Sheet FC. I've never been Stat Sheet FC, by the way. I did for a little bit lean too much into it. I was just in here like, so and so is +5, +8,
Iverson leads in similar offenses to Jokic, and you guys aren't about to.
Oh my goodness!
Allen
Iverson. It's enough.
99 +3, that's in line with Jokic. 2000 +3, that's in line with Jokic. 01 +2.9, that's in line with Jokic. 03 +4.1, that's in line with Jokic. And then you start seeing like once he hits his decline, like 05 onwards. But Allen Iverson was hitting Jokic non-2023 years with his supporting cast. So do with that information what you will.
That's nasty, actually. But that'll get sticky for them. They'll be pissed off. You start bringing up AI in offensive combos to their guy. Let me see where we at. Did I rate this one?
That's what led to me doing the Giannis reading.
Oh, okay. So. Family or not, nothing, or not. Family or nothing. What? Real talk. Can you explain your logo? Sure. So my nickname is EJ. The guy that I was doing Real Talk initially was a podcast. There wasn't like a name for any one particular person. We were the Real Talk podcast or whatnot. My nickname was EJ. His nickname was LT. He made a logo in which like incorporated our nicknames into Real Talk with a microphone, obviously, podcast or whatever. So that's how you get this logo. I think the logo's dope. I like the logo. That's why I haven't changed it, even though there's no LT anymore. It's just EJ. But I like the logo, so I keep it. Shout out to him. Let me see. EJ Prince 1817 $5 super chat. People try to redefine what centers are supposed to do and bend every analytic imaginable to disregard what we see with our eyes year in and year out. Absolutely. They really see. This is when I knew Spreadsheet FC had lost it. This is when I knew they lost it. Because Spreadsheet FC will sit here and tell you how there's no conversation to really be had about defensive players and ranking them, particularly perimeter players, because protecting the rim and the basket is inherently the most valuable thing a defender can do at an elite level. And that's why most of your net swing defensive players are bigs who are very good rim protectors. And they started ignoring their own logic and reasoning to defend Nikola Jokic. That's when I knew they lost it. That's when I knew. How can you inherently know that protecting the rim is the most valuable thing you do defensively? And the position that does it routinely, historically, he doesn't do it. Yet you're still trying to argue how he's this good defensive player. You've see stats sometimes you start to lose your mind. You lose your mind. You stop thinking with common sense and logic and reasoning that we've all already come to an agreement with. You start to lose your mind, and you lost. They lost. They lost as soon as they start doing that. They lost.
About to have 50 next game.
Maybe, and I won't be live. Uh, that's how that goes. That's how that goes. Let me see. The Tribe won $5 super chat. Jokic basically always provides transcending offense essentially. Same with Bron. They have bad games, but their floor is already there. I mean.
I just don't agree with that in the playoffs. Anyway, I don't agree with that. I think he provides the PRA. The fact that he had 27 and 15 today kind of illustrates the point. I think Jokic's PRA is going to be consistent, but actually providing transcendent offense, I don't think he provides that as his floor in the playoffs. Like I don't mean floor as in every game is transcendent offense. Like obviously you're allowed to have bad games, but even on like the average, I don't think Jokic has provided consistent transcendent offense in the playoffs.
And you know what's going to happen, Mars? 20, 30 years from now, there's going to be some new know-it-all 20-year-old online who's a Jokic fan who's going to be telling you, oh, in the series they claim Rudy Gobert locked up Nikola Jokic. He averaged 28, 13, and 9. That's when Nikola Jokic was getting clamped. That's
if I hear Chilltown tomorrow, it'd be like, Jokic at 27-15.
Bro, I stopped watching when he was like, oh yeah, Sengun and all that. Sengun was terrible last game. It was sad. I started feeling sad for him. Literally. He couldn't score on DeAndre Ayton. Defense, non-existent. He was garbage. Give a fuck about none of them numbers at the end of the game. I watched him. He was trash. Visibly trash. The Okogie small lineup minutes were better than Sengun on the court. I'm not saying that is like I know this. I'm saying watching them, the Rockets operated as a better team when Sengun was off of the court. From what I watched, that's what it looked like to me. They're able to get stops more consistently. Those lineups, in my opinion, were producing more of the Lakers are playing in the half court and LeBron is stinking it. LeBron to me also wasn't that great last game. I know his PRA looked good. Yeah, he made some good reads and stuff, but my God, was he trash in the half court. Couldn't score. Could not score the half court. But 27, 8, and 7. Then Nick Wright is posting how my old man update. Kawaii on vacation. Oh my God, I hate that. Whoa man. Let me not, because maybe one day he'll be on PC or something. I don't know. Where are we at? Here we go. Trezmania, $5 super chat. Who been a best Laker player? In my opinion, Smart off plus leading the defense. Looking back to light practicing, what's been the gap between CJ and Jalen Brunson in series?
CJ's doing quite clearly better.
Well, I guess he's asking, like, why is that the fact? I think that CJ is able to get the matchups he wants more consistently than vice versa. Because when, like, Jalen Brunson does get, like, CJ on him, I mean, he's frying CJ as well. It's just he's not getting that matchup as often as, like, CJ's being able to get it. And CJ's also finding success against, like, Deuce McBride too and stuff like he's kind of struggling more with Josh Hart. Has OG spent a lot of time on him? I don't really think so. But yeah, he's getting his game off against the guards, and then Brunson is number one, just playing better defensive players in general between Dyson and Nikhil. And then even the matchup that is favorable to him, not getting a matchup as often. So CJ now looks like he's a better player than Jalen Brunson.
CJ can make free throws, man. He might be the best shooter who's
Facts.
bad at free throws. I don't understand.
Yeah, that is weird.
He led the league in free throw percentage one time, so I don't know where this decline came from. But
Free throws are such a mental thing.
yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, very mental.
Some free
Let
throws
me
too.
see. Where we at? Here we are. Late Silver, $2 super chat. I really need to Timmy D's offensive ratings.
Neutral +3, +1, +7. That's 02. +3.5 in 03, -1 in 04, +4 in 05, +11.7 in 06. Nice. And then +3.5 in 07. And everything beyond that, he's past his prime. I'm not reading the neutral, +1, -4.5. And then once he's not even like the best player on his team offensively, and they're a good offense again. So yeah, those years that I read up until 07, 3.4, that's his numbers.
STT38, $4.99 super chat. Luka is a better offensive driver because of his scoring aggression and playmaking. I would say it's also just because he's a ball handler as well. And this is also something that I've been saying for some time now, and why I think like ball handlers afford to me can afford to be less efficient than bigs because their sheer volume of opportunity is a lot higher. The ball is always available to Luka Doncic. The ball is always available for LeBron James. So like it's kind of that NFL argument or football argument where it's like, yeah, the quarterback is going to inherently be the most important position because that position touches the ball every single play. If I want Luka to get the ball, I don't have to wait for a post up for him. I don't have to run a dribble, just inbound ball to Luka. Luka has ball like that. That's where it can just start and end if need be. Let me see where we at. The Tribe won $10 super chat. Yeah, I would just disregard those stats as important. I just watched the games. Jokic has had seasons being near the top in whatever defensive metric, which had great defenders on it as well. Just watch games.
He has like 5 of the top 10 defensive box plus minus seasons. I'm pretty sure it's something like that. It might be even worse. It might be 4 of the top 5. It's something egregious. And like Nate McMillan is like the other one in there. So shout out to Nate McMillan. But shout out to defensive box plus minus, man.
Just a disgusting stat. The Tribe won again, $10 super chat. You're seeing it with KD. You can't guard Bron or Jokic the way you can guard KD. Their playmaking is baked in. That's why I meant to mean by transcendent. Another example would be Curry, gravity, etc. It's baked in. I mean, I think we both would say that. What you call? Wouldn't you say Jokic is a better offensive player than KD?
I read off the numbers earlier.
I'm gonna let you have that because that's your guy. Bippin Hearts, $4.99 super chat. What side of NBA Rap'em and Data Baller do you use to contextualize these players / careers? Want to learn more? Would like to find advanced stats for older play.
Well, I would just say watch the games. I still think that's the best thing you can do. But sometimes you reside with people who need numbers in front of them to understand stuff. So yeah, those would be 2 sites I would go to. I think Backpicks have some good historical data for like old teams and players and whatnot. That like points per 75, relative true shooting, relative to the time, all that stuff. What else is there? Is there anything else? Cleaning the Glass still has good data going back to like 04. B-Ball Index has stuff going back to 2014.
My Frozen.
It appears so, unless you're just not blinking. It appears so. But yeah, those would be the sites I would say that have good information. You're back. Welcome back.
It's because I'm
But
off the tab now. I don't know what it is, man. I've deleted a lot of stuff off my computer. I don't know what else to do. I should be able to go to a tab and not freeze.
Get a
I
new
used to be able
computer.
to do it.
Yeah, lock in. Just get a new computer. You know what I'm saying?
I just got this iMac like not even
Yeah, man.
a year
Oh, okay,
ago.
never mind.
Yeah, I don't understand. But that is all the super chats. I was not expecting this to be 2 hours. I'm not gonna lie, but here we are. We Mars was able to get off everything off of his chest, and I'm glad that we could do
I
that
get to do
here.
it again in 8 hours. Yep.
You will get to do it again, and I think you're going to be just as enthused to do it then as you are now. I really do.
I'm about to
I
put it
think
all in I'm about to literally make a spreadsheet so I have all of the data I need. So everything I laid out with the graphics, I'm about to have Nash, Jokic, Braun, Steph. I'm gonna make sure I have everything right in front of me so I know where I'm going. I'm gonna be locked in.
one thing, because in my opinion, anybody that makes content definitely is at least somewhat of an ego-driven person. I just think you have to be, right? Because you have to have an ego to be like, oh, I'm going to turn my camera on and a mic, and people should listen to me. Like, of all people to listen to, why you? You feel like you're saying something of importance, right? And so basically, what I'm saying is, we all love to be right, and so Mars is right now, and he's going to bask in it. And I, as y'all know, do the same thing. We all do it to an extent, and that's what makes the job fun.
I wouldn't be
Okay?
doing this if I didn't get accused of lying on the timeline. If I'm being
You
honest.
wouldn't be doing it as
Yeah, I'm doing this so unbearably.
yeah,
Solely because I got accused of lying.
Mhm.
So yeah, vindication is sweet, man.
Absolutely. Tresmania with the $2 said, who been the best LA player this year? Oh, yeah, you did ask. I don't think we answered that question. I'm sorry.
Canard.
I would still probably say Braun. Because of his
I got
ability to control the game and the pace and the passing and the rebounding as well.
Luke Canard shooting like 80% from 3, man. Come on. Yeah, come on.
I mean, I think
Shooting
it's a
ridiculous
combo.
threes too, by the way.
I think it's a convo, but I just think I would say LeBron. But if you have Luke Kennard, I'm not going to argue you down. I'm not going to,
I feel if LeBron was Marcus Smart, people would say Luke Kennard was playing the best in the series.
You're right, but he's not. He's LeBron
He's
James.
not, yeah. So you give him the benefit of the doubt, and he's playing well. But Luke
And then he
Kennard,
gets like attributed things like the leadership and stuff like
like that game one. Like I'm gonna be honest, you watch those assists, like he controlling the game.
I did.
I guess.
I
He
did.
he controlling the game.
Yeah.
So
You're right. You're right.
I got Luke. Yeah, I got Luke.
Like them 7 or 8 he got in the first quarter were like, oh, I passed to Luke off a pin down and Luke made the shot.
And I don't think Bron's making the advantages either. Like when they started blitzing him, I agree. Yeah, that's when he's making for the most part, they're running off ball actions. The the Rockets end up top locking it, and then they end up having to like cut back door and try to get something out. LeBron's not creating a bunch of advantages for these guys, in my opinion. So I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing the game different to other people.
Whatever, hater. You're just a hater.
Oh no, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Bippin Hearts 199 super chat. Is it true that Ketty can never handle doubles? He's never been great at it, but there was a time where he was better than this. So he was more confident in his handle. Right now, it's just, but I really thought like KD to me had really made like a passing playmaking league in like Brooklyn,
Mm-hmm.
and then like he's been ass ever since. I wonder what that's all about.
Yeah, I mean that 22 season, he was great. Like he was initiating a lot, and then the Celtics series happens, and it was bad. And then ever since then, it's kind of been like downhill. I don't think he's. I don't think he could never handle it. I do still think it's his biggest weakness and always has been. Like the more Kevin Durant has the ball in his hands, the more turnovers are going to go up. I think that's always been true. But I think as his handle has got worse and he's got slower, it's become more prevalent. But yes, I wouldn't say never could handle it, but it's always been his biggest flaw, I think.
I agree. I agree. Well, that will be all, ladies and gentlemen. Did I on the stream? Is it showing up with your at in the title?
Not on StreamYard, on the video. Let me see. Um, yeah, I need subscribers, man. Um, no, you don't rock with me. Oh, it does. Yeah, yeah, I'm in the title. I'm in the title. I'm in the
Yeah,
title.
because I thought I had did
Yeah,
it.
I'm in the title. I'm in the title.
Okay, bet.
Yeah, subscribe to my channel, man, please.
Yeah, make sure that y'all tap that link, subscribe to Mars, man. Doing great work over there. Make sure that you're subscribed here. Hit that like button for me as well. It helps in the algorithm. Hype the video as well. And when it's a VOD, the hypes help as well. But make sure you're subscribed. We're on the road to 10K, man. We're trying to get to 10K as quickly as possible. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm your boy, Real Talk. It's your boy, Mars. Mars, tell the people where they can find you.
Oh,
Where
you
they
can
can
find me on
follow you.
PC tomorrow. Yeah, you can find me on PC
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow, 8 a.m. Pacific. Was that 11 a.m. Eastern? If
Mm-hmm.
you happen to be in Europe, that's about 4 p.m., 5 p.m., depending on where you reside. You can find me on Mars Talk Sports YouTube channel every once in a while, I guess. I don't even remember the last time the Hoop Talk podcast happened. Um, Town Hall Hoop Streams will be back next week, Wednesday on my channel, back Saturday over here. So you can find me there as well. And then you can find me on Twitter, but I'm not very serious over there. So if that bothers you, maybe don't follow me on Twitter. But still, follow me on Twitter. That's where you can find me.
Yes,
Master Sports
Twitter's
Ad. Yeah.
also made for jokes sometimes too, guys. Okay. I had this person where like I had made a tweet like, being facetious. Okay, D's now number 2 on my MVP ballot, because obviously anybody, with a brain knows we're joking. We're saying, hey, look how ass the Rockets are. It's basically the tweet. Then after he throws 9 turnovers, I quote him myself. I'm like, never mind. He's fifth. And somebody's in my replies, bro, you never stand on anything. Brother, you need some business, bitch, and employment. Like, there's no way. There's no way. There's
Yeah,
no way
just,
that you
just
didn't
don't
see that I
take
was
Twitter
joking.
serious, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. It's
It
crazy.
is what it is. Shout out to X. I enjoy it over there. I enjoy reading what people are saying,
Yeah.
actually engaging in the discussion. I'm good. I'm good. You're gonna get an okay, a sure, and a nice. That's what you're gonna get from me.
But yeah, catch Mars and myself on PC Mars Monday through Friday. Me Mondays and Wednesdays on the schedule, and then the rest of the week I'm a flex. Uh, but yeah, we will see y'all. Just like you said, it's what Thursday night. Do they play again Saturday night?
I don't know. This are the only series it feels like them and the Raptors series where it's every 2 days. Every other series again, a long break. Yeah, they play again on Saturday. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. They're playing literally every 2 days. But and then they're back again Monday. Yeah, salute.
Um, did you want to do Saturday or did you want to do this for the Saturday and then just do yours Wednesday?
What Saturday would be after the games again?
Yeah. Yeah, what time the game start?
I don't know what time that would be for you. 1:30. What time is that? About 7, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what time that is. I can't
Oh
get it.
wait, if it's like, because the only reason why we had to last time is because that was like the first Saturday. That was when the playoffs were starting, correct? It was like games starting at
so.
like 12 Central. If it's not until like the
Oh no, they have
afternoon,
the early tip off. They do. They have one game is at 12 Central. Pistons Magic.
damn. So,
Yeah. But the last game of the night is at about 9 p.m. for you, I think. That's when it starts. 9:30, I think. Maybe my math is wrong.
9:30.
I might be wrong. It might be 7:30. I might be wrong.
Let me see. You said Saturday, right?
Yeah, I think it's 7:30. I think is the last game of the night. Yeah, 7:30. 7:30 your time. Hello, Lo.
Already Friday. Let me see. Yeah, start at 12. Last one is at it's Knicks Hawks, right? That's the last game of the day.
On Saturday?
No, it's
No, it's-
Wolves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wolves Nuggets.
that's
Yeah.
7:30. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
7:30.
7:30. Yeah, 7:30. That's not that late. Yeah, we can do after if you want to.
It depends on how that game goes.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Exactly.
yeah, sure.
Exactly. So I bet 6K viewers on this live. That's what's up.
I'm about to go watch it right now. I have it loaded
Absolutely.
up, ready. Yeah.
Absolutely.
While I'm
But
making
yeah,
my
we will
spreadsheet, I'm be listening.
we will potentially catch y'all Saturday after all the games, after the conclusion of all the games. And if not Saturday, then Wednesday on Mars channel at 3 p.m. Central, 4 Eastern. Damn. I just got it back. 3 p.m. Central, 4 Eastern on Wednesdays over there on Mars channel. He is tagged. Make sure you hit that link. Subscribe over here, hit the like button, and we will see y'all later. Peace, love, and blessings to all, man. What a night.
Merry Christmas.